was the race of the year?
I would say it would have to be State Treasure at Western Fair. We made a break behind the gate and this took him back to win, so it's a very, very impressive race.
Final turn now, and it's still foiled again. Here comes Apprentice Hanover. State Treasurer has come from last, and he shows up in third now with an 8 left to go. This is foiled again being awesome. It's awesome being foiled again. Apprentice Hanover may have him. Here's State Treasurer, foiled again. Apprentice Hanover, State Treasurer!
I'd probably have to say the one Sweet Lou set the world record in.
Top of the stretch now, Pierce trying to get more out of Sweet Lou. Better's Edge on the inside is sneaking up. Better's Edge and Sweet Lou are toe-to-toe. Sweet Lou, Better's Edge, Sweet Lou finds a way, and a thrilling finish there. 147 flat, fastest ever on a 5/8.
Well, the race of the year for me personally was winning the Earl Rowe Memorial. That was like probably my biggest thrill driving, and beating some real good horses like Natural Herbie and Intimidate. That was great for me.
It is still on raised in motion. Natural Herbie is getting very close now. 3/4 124 and 2. Charmed Life and Swan of the Million now comes out wide. Intimidate is wider still. Flanagan Memory, they come on down the lane. Raised in motion. Natural Herbie out wide and driving is Swan of the Million. Swan of the Million and Intimidate as they come to the finish. Swan of a Million, Intimidate. Swan in a Million wins. Intimidate was second.
I would say Modern Legend when he won and was a big long shot in the Pacing Derby.
It was kind of a bad race for me because I booked off him, but probably Modern Legend. Just to see the little guy win a big race like that, I mean, it was pretty special.
In my opinion, I thought it was the Canadian Pacing Derby. I loved the way Modern Legend came on in the stretch and mowed them all down, and it was a great win for Dave Drew and his family. It was, he's a one-man show, and he does everything with the horse, and it was just great to see.
And as they turn home, it is Sweet Lou still there with the lead. Clear Vision a first over, thorn in his side. Sweet Lou comes across the racetrack again, and here's Foiled again shooting through now. Up off cover comes Modern Legend. Clear Vision down the center. Modern Legend on the far outside, looking for one of the greatest upsets in Canadian Pacing Derby history. A 60-1 stunner. It's Miller time. Modern Legend wins over Foiled again in 147 and 2. Stakes record, he's tied the track and Canadian record. An unbelievable upset here, Modern Legend.
In my mind, the race of the year was the Little Brown Jug. The Little Brown Jug just has so much hype, and Yannick Gingras, he just has such a tremendous amount of talent. And the way he drove that race and just controlled the whole field and controlled the race, that was pretty good to watch.
Down the stretch, Limelight Beach with the lead, it's over. Limelight Beach wins the Little Brown Jug.
Race of the year for me is, it's easy. It's the Glenn Garnsey division at the Red Mile, Nata Virgin. Storming home was the first time I got the driver, and I think probably the only time I got to win with her, but she was so great that day. Dustin Jones, a finalist for an O'Brien Award for horsemanship, had her ready that day, and he was really confident in her, and he put that confidence in me. And I just really thought, 3 wide around the last turn, 4 or 5 wide, getting shoved over, and still being able to hang in there in 50 and a piece, I thought was really a big trip.
Nata Virgin is fanned wide off cover and is gaining ground in the middle of the racetrack. An 1/8 of a mile to go. Getting ready to roll from between them to the front. Nata Virgin on the outside. Uffizi Hanover on the far outside. It was Fascination at the rail. Getting ready to roll. Nata Virgin coming by. Nata Virgin. Uffizi Hanover lunging late. Nata Virgin. Uffizi Hanover. Nata Virgin held on from Uffizi Hanover and getting ready to roll in 150 and 3.
Well, for me, it's the Valid Victory. I got a driving that stake race, and I was fortunate enough to win it. So that was my race of the year.
Still there is Habitat. Coming to him on the outside is Uncle Lasse with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Clear sailing on the far outside now for Pinkman. And Pinkman is upset-minded to come after Uncle Lasse. Habitat is not tonight. Still there at the inside, Uncle Lasse. Pinkman with a late surge. Uncle Lasse and Pinkman hit the line together in the Valley Victory.
Probably when I won the Super Final with 3 clubs. I think that'd be the race here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably gonna say was it the Breeders' Crown there a couple weeks ago there? Thinking Out Loud one. That was a great race. Burke had 4 in there, and Brett Miller was having trouble holding on to his, and he mixed the race up for Campbell to come from off the pace, and it was a big win.
second, it's Sweet Lou in front. Modern Legend right there on the outside. 1:20 and 4/5, 26 and 2/3 quarter. Sweet Lou trying to fight them off. Sweet Lou, Modern Legend on the outside. Foiled again, will need racing room. And then it's State Treasurer in heavy traffic, Better's Edge. Sweet Lou almost home. And here comes Thinking Out Loud. Campbell, final lunge with him. It is Sweet Lou, and Thinking Out Loud, lunging late.
I'm just going to say the open trot, British Crown with Commander Crow. He was impressive, and it was just a good race.
In the stretch drive of the Breeders' Crown, it's Commander Crow. Creatine needs racing room. Maven on the outside continues to pour it on. Commander Crow, Maven on the outside. Commander Crow is strong. Le Grand Blonde holding on. Commander Crow, Maven and Creatine. Commander Crow! Commander Crow wins the Breeders' Crown in game fashion over Maven.